Hello and welcome to the next video in my series where I preview the 2016 NASCAR Sprint Cup season. In this video I will cover the Roush-Fenway Racing Trio. First we have Trevor Bayne, who has one victory in the Cup Series as a driver for Wood Brothers Racing, winning the Daytona 500 in one of his first starts. He is the youngest Daytona 500 winner, I believe, and definitely had the least amount of starts before winning a Daytona 500. He is coming along slowly. As you can see, he finished 29th in points last season. He's raced almost 3 years worth of experience and finished 29th, and that's just not going to cut it. Roush-Fenway Racing has really fallen off over the last couple years. This year they did not even produce a championship caliber driver to be able to even make the chase. The 16, Trevor Bayne comes from Xfinity, where he won a couple races but was only above average to good, not great, like Chris Buescher, who is coming up through the Roush ranks right now. And if Bayne doesn't get it together, you may see Buescher, instead of them going to a fourth team with the 99, but instead push one of these drivers out for the spot. Bayne has a chance this season to take the next step. He has to take it, though, because if he doesn't, sponsorship is not going to want him anymore, and he's going to go to the wayside. In this day's NASCAR, you really cannot race, half-ass and expect to keep your sponsors happy, even though you won a Daytona 500 years ago, which is a thing, which is how he got, I think, his sponsorships a couple years ago in the first place. Was, I won this big race, I am a Daytona 500 winner, I want sponsorship, and it made sense at the time. With the next driver, it's Greg Biffle. Now, Greg Biffle is a driver who has won both an Xfinity and a Trucks Championship almost 15 years ago he won those championships. He could become the first driver ever to win a Cup Championship if he were to put it together. He hasn't quite had the season he had in 2005 over the last 11 years, and he really is only good for about one win a year. And in today's NASCAR, with the chase and everything else, you need to win multiple races. Homestead's always been a good track for Roush Racing. If a Roush car could get to Homestead, there is quite a chance that on Ford weekend, a Ford could get it done. But Biffle is their best bet, but last season he just did not look good. A couple top fives, but to be honest, those top fives were because of gas mileage. And without gas mileage, he wouldn't have gotten there. And I don't really think there was a single race where Greg Biffle looked good, where it was like, this car looks good, like it's a contender. Honest to God, I don't think Roush Racing had a single race last year where it was like, wow, they could win this race. And that is disappointing, because years ago they used to own mile and a halves to the point where they would have the 3 of the top 5. And now all of a sudden Matt Kenseth and Carl Edwards go to Joe Gibbs Racing over the last few years and they're falling apart. It's really disappointing as a fan that was a huge fan of Roush Racing and still is, that they cannot compete and at least look average out there on the racetrack. And it's really disappointing. With the third triplet of the Roush Racing trio, we have Ricky Stenhouse Jr., a 2-time Xfinity champion that hasn't gotten it done in the Cup Series. Now, you see he finished 19th in points in 2013, his rookie season. Since then, he started dating Danica Patrick, and I'm not going to say that Danica Patrick's bad luck, but I also do believe that it hasn't helped him, because since then he hasn't been as good, and he really doesn't race very well. He may have had 1 or 2 races this year where he kind of competed for a top 10, but really, like I said about Greg Biffle, Roush Racing has been a very big disappointment this season, last 5 years, and Ricky Stenhouse is no different. A guy that won 2 Xfinity championships, going to the Cup Series, and hasn't gotten it done yet. I'm not even talking about a win. I'm talking about a solid, consistent run of a couple races in a row where it's just like, okay, this kid's got it. He's finishing in the top 12, top 10. He will be good. You have not seen any signs of that, and I don't know if it's the horsepower just too much for him, because the horsepower goes up. Some drivers have trouble with that, handling the car when it's a lot more powerful, but Ricky has had trouble in his time with Roush in the Cup Series. And, like I said about Bain too, Buscher's coming, and one of these guys is going to lose their ride if they can't get it done. They will go back down to the Xfinity Series if that's all that they're good for, because there is potential in a lot of young drivers right now that aren't getting a shot. There's only 43 rides and probably 50, 60 drivers that are capable of driving in those 43 rides. And it's just a matter of if you can get it done. And Ricky has not gotten it done the last 2 years, and he needs to break out this year, just like his buddy Trevor Bayne, if they want to continue to race at this level. I'd like to thank you for watching my I'd like to thank you for watching my video on the 2016 Sprint Cup Series preview. If you like my Roush Racing preview, comment below. Comment below what your favorite teams are. Mine is Roush Racing, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to know future content, because I do upload many different sports and almost daily. So, yeah, thanks for watching.